Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're going to be looking at how to complete your conference prep activity. The slideshow that's going to get us ready for our parent-teacher conferences and really the rest of the semester and the rest of the year. So when we break this down, we're going to look at the following. Number one, we're going to obviously look at some prep, what we need to do before we actually get into the slideshow. We're going to look at the different kinds of work that you're going to be looking for and looking to complete to accomplish our targets that we looked at. And then last but not least, we're going to be looking at how to use this slideshow not only for the future, but anything we want to do in semester 2. So let's go ahead and get started and look at the prep. We're going to be accomplishing our targets here. We're going to start by looking at whether or not we need to review any of these big topics before we get started. This is going to be super helpful. Things like using split screen, so having 2 different windows up at the same time, making sure we know how to find and submit a shareable link, and then last but not least, looking at where to find our missing work in PowerSchool, along with links that we could use to help complete stuff, okay? These are things that we need to know how to do in order to complete our slideshow today. Always good refresher to have, okay? We should obviously be completing task 1. If you're watching this video, make sure you take stock of kind of your understanding of what you need to do and how to do it. And obviously, if you put an X in that red column, make sure you call me in so we can kind of help explain further what you need to do. So obviously, we're on task 1. When you finish the video, put your X, and then we're going to move on to task 2. So this is where we're going to talk about our work. In this slideshow, you're going to see slides that look a lot like this, okay? You're going to have your class at the top. You're going to have some information that you're going to be filling out in our columns, and then you're going to have some resources here to help you complete that, okay? When you get to your classes and when you get to your tables like this, you are going to be looking for any old work that you need to complete for classes. So that would be any of these assignments for science. So you're going to go into PowerSchool, and you can click on your PowerSchool link here in the digital toolbox, and you're going to look at where you're at with these assignments, okay? So let's say you look in PowerSchool, you look for 211, and you know what? It's finished and it's turned in. You're going to put an X in that column, and you're going to remove an X from that one, okay? 212A, same idea. Maybe you finished it. Good, okay? 212B, you know what? Maybe it's done, but you want to redo it and you want to get a better grade on it. Okay, great. So put that X there, okay? Maybe you looked in the PowerSchool and you saw that you need to finish task 4, okay? So finish task 4. This middle section here is for you guys and you girls, ladies and gentlemen, to add notes on like what you need to do or what you need to finish it, okay? So allowing you to kind of do this all at once. Maybe you finished 213A, awesome. Maybe you finished 213B, awesome. Maybe, you know what? You didn't finish 214. Okay, so maybe you're not even started. So find in haiku. Oh, look at that. You have a haiku link if you need to find it, that sort of thing, and so on. Maybe you finished it, and didn't finish the last one, okay? Notice you're taking stock of what you have completed, what you haven't completed, and what you need to finish, putting notes in that you need, that sort of thing. Because once you've filled out this for science, you and I are going to meet, and we're going to talk about what you're going to do next. For some of you, you're going to move on in the slideshow. For others, you're going to start doing work for science class. Whatever we decide, you and me, one-on-one in your breakout room is best for you. So notice you're calling me into your breakout room. If you don't hear from me right away, it's probably because I'm helping another student. So be patient. If you're waiting and want to take a look and maybe even get started with the next slides, that's totally cool. But no, that's where I'll be coming. This is where we'll be looking when I come in, okay? From there, if you've been told like, hey, let's move on, or you're waiting for me, you're going to do the same thing for math, okay? Literacy, social studies, and your 2 exploratory classes. Remember, we're focusing on old work here, ladies and gentlemen, old work. So if you go into maybe this is your Spanish class and you have maybe 3 missing assignments, okay? That's what you're focusing on, okay? Missing work or work you want to do better on. Maybe for your first period class, you don't have any assignments that you need to finish or redo. Okay, leave that blank. Or better yet, maybe just put none in there. Whatever helps you remember, okay? Social studies, maybe you only have 1 assignment for Mr. Stahl. Okay, so then you have 1, great. Literacy, maybe you go to Miss Sister's class and you have a lot for literacy. Okay, no big deal, it is what it is. And maybe math, you only need to redo a summative. Okay, so you only have the summative. I need to redo this, and then obviously you put your X there. Okay. So If you've been told to move on and you're working through this and you get done with all of your classes, you're going to call me in. I'm just going to check in, be like, hey, where are we at? Okay. If you need to work on math, I might have you dive into that class, okay, and get work done there, that sort of thing. Just want to check in, make sure we have things to complete. From here, we're going to look at new work, okay? So this is what our homework is for, in this case, the rest of the week. This is something that you can constantly add to or remove things in. It's totally up to you. So maybe for science, we have 2.1.6, whatever. You can throw a link in there to your assignment if you need. You can add notes, start with task 4. Maybe that's where you're at. And then obviously you need to finish that, so it'll stay there. Okay, you can put your literacy homework for that day, that sort of thing. This could be your new running agenda if you want it, okay? And that sort of thing. So you'll add your new work in at task 8. Task 9, you'll finish your conference slideshow if you need to, okay? Finish your conference slideshow if you need to. Task 10, we're going to be looking at what are new resources, okay? Some resources that you guys are going to use to help clean out and maintain your Google Drive, your Gmail account, and your Chromebook. So when you get to task 10, ladies and gentlemen, this is where you're going to be using the links below to clean out and organize your Drive, clean out and organize your Gmail account, and to speed up your Chromebook speed. So you're going to go through these one by one. If you know how to do these, great, go do it. If you don't, there's a guide video. So add folders that you need to for your classes and assignments. Let's say you don't have a folder for science. Well, go make one. Go put my assignments in that folder in your Drive. Okay, let's say you have it. Great. Go do it for Spanish if you need, so on. Okay, if you don't know how to add a folder in, click on the video. Most of them are 2 to 3 minutes long if need be. Okay, same thing for your Gmail account. Create and save important emails to folders. If you don't know how to add folders into your Gmail account, watch that. Go do that. Same idea. Some of these you might watch because you need to watch all 4. Maybe you watch only 1, whatever you need, okay? Delete your browser data. If you still don't know how to do that, there you go. There's a video. How to delete it. Go for it, okay? Last but not least, if you get to task 11, this is for people who have Chromebook issues. If you're somebody who continues to have tech problems, fill out the help desk form. Let's definitely try to get this figured out before parent-teacher conferences. And then that's where you'll leave your breakout room. Notice you're leaving the breakout room at the last slide. I want to check in with you, make sure that you have everything done that you need to do, and we'll talk about what's next, okay? So if you have questions, reach out to me. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get caught up before conferences.